everybody, it's Tamara Bennett with Southern Adoornments Decor. How are you guys doing on this lovely, what is today, Monday afternoon? I am getting ready to paint a softball porch attachment, and so I wanted you guys to be able to follow along with me and see what color yellow I'm using. And I'm getting my chat bot set up, so if you see me looking down at my computer, that's what I'm doing. Getting it activated. So y'all say hi as you come in and tell me where you're from, what you're up to today. Are you secretly watching me at work? I know a lot of you guys like to do that, so I'll try not to talk loudly, or hopefully you have earbuds in if you're doing that. All right, we are going to be painting a 12-inch size porch attachment size, or wreath attachment size, whichever you prefer. Circle, and we're going to paint it like a softball, and I've already primed it with just a white paint. I used Decor Americana in matte. Those are my favorite paints to use. So how many of you guys have signed up already for the challenge, the spring door hanger challenge? If you haven't, it begins tomorrow. And we are going to be painting this really cute little spring door hanger. Each day we're going to do a different step. And so you'll be provided with the template so that you can cut it out yourself. Or you can, for just a few dollars more, you can buy the blank to be shipped to your house. So before I get started, I guess I should explain. I painted it white to start with. It's already dry. You always want to make sure that your background color is dry before you paint another color on top of it. I got this at Walmart. It is Neon Yellow by Folk Art. It says superior coverage matte finish, which I love, and it is very opaque, which means that it's kind of see-through, but it is super neon, like neon yellow. So you need to do white behind it. You can't wait to join in the spring challenge. Well, if anybody wants to join us and you haven't yet, you're not too late. It starts tomorrow. It's $10, and you get the template and a tutorial showing you how to cut out the door hanger using a jigsaw or scroll saw. And then if you prefer to buy the blank, you can do that, and we give you a 20% off coupon to use in the shop to get the blank. And I think with shipping and everything, it's only $20 to have that blank shipped to you. That is a special price that includes the shipping, and we don't normally do that on our door hangers, but because of the challenge, and I didn't want anybody to, you know, have an excuse for not doing it, and so we tried to keep the cost as cheap as possible. So we're not making a profit, hardly any profit at all off of those blank door hangers, but I wanted to make them super affordable so that you guys can get your first door hanger painted, because after all, that's why we're doing the challenge. So this yellow, the only problem you might have with it is that it's gonna look streaky because it's kind of opaque. So get your door hanger covered, and while it's still wet, you know, kind of re-dip your brush, maybe even get just well, I don't want to get any water on mine because my water's dirty. Just gently, like with some more paint on your brush, sweep side to side and smooth out and just keep getting paint on your brush so that it stays nice and slick and wet. And just keep smoothing out until you get all of those little brush strokes smoothed out, because sometimes you have a hard time covering those up on a second coat, and it's much easier to smooth out the first coat than it is to try to cover it up. And I'm running out of paint here. Leanne sent us 2 door mats that she painted to give away as a door prize at the Southern Adoornments live show in a couple of weeks. It's next week, and they are so cute. One of them says "Getting Jiggy with It," and it has a picture of a little jigsaw on it, and another one says I'm probably painting. Either one of those could apply to me, so I think they're so cute. Okay, the only other problem you might have this paint is that if you keep messing with it, you might be pushing the paint out of the way. So just get it the best you can. Let me show you, because I don't want you guys to think this is perfect at all. Look how streaky it is. So we're gonna go back and cover that up in a second with a second coat, but we got it as best we could. So we'll let that dry just for a second. We're gonna dry this with a hairdryer. I am using heat. Beth, the color I just used is Neon by Folk Art in yellow, neon yellow. You need to paint white underneath it, though, in order to get this bright yellow. It's got to be primed first, so we're going to have to do another coat in just a minute. Okay, we've almost got it dry. We're gonna have to get it completely dry in order to do a second coat. So if any of you guys are interested in coming to the Southern Adornments live show, we do have just a few tickets left. And you can grab those at my website, southernadornmentsdecor.com. It is next week, the 21st to the 23rd in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's a 3-day event. We're going to be doing lots of painting and crafts and some business workshops. So I would love for you guys to come and hang out with us. Don't feel bad if you have to come to the event by yourself. There are a lot of women coming to this by themselves. They're not bringing a friend or a sister or somebody with them. They're coming and hoping to meet a new friend. Melissa, we just used Folk Art Neon Yellow. You can get it at Walmart. Okay, there's one little spot that's kind of thick that's just being real annoying. Cool. I'm from, in case you guys are watching me for the first time, Murray, Kentucky. Little bitty old town. Some of you guys may have heard of us lately because our basketball team's doing pretty well. Murray State University. That is my alma mater. Is that how you say it? I sound too fancy. My alma mater? I don't know how you say it. But anyways, college grad, and I can't even say that word. Our basketball team is doing really good, and we've got a really great player named Ja Morant, and I don't know if any of you guys keep up with basketball, but he is fascinating to watch. I don't really usually enjoy watching basketball on TV or anything. I like keeping up with their stats and finding out if they win or lose, but I don't keep up much, you know, with like actually watching the games. But man, he's fun to watch. He can dunk the ball like nothing I've ever seen, and so he makes it a lot of fun to watch. Okay, I'm putting on a second coat. I'm trying to do it fairly thick, so I'm re-dipping my brush. And this paint does kind of string. See how it's making a mess on the side of my egg carton here? So be careful when you're doing that you don't get it all over you or all over the table. And I'm applying it pretty thick so that I cover any of those little splotchy areas. What is the software you use to make the templates? Block Posters, Leanne. All one word, blockposters.com. He is awesome to watch, isn't he, Amy? He's been a lot of fun to keep up with. Okay, so we've got a real nice thick coat. It's still just a wee bit splotchy, but I think once it dries, you won't even notice that. So let me hit it with the hairdryer again. Do any of you guys have questions about door hangers? You love the idea of using an egg carton. I actually keep the tops to my egg cartons also in case I have to like use a sponge daughter, and it's easier to do that inside of the lid sometimes. Or if you like kind of marbling your paint together or mixing your paint while you paint to kind of like create shading, sometimes these are better to use than these. But I love keeping all of my little colors separated in these so that when I dip my brush, it's all in one nice, neat little puddle. Shirley, this is a 12-inch size circle. So on my website at southernadornmentsdecor.com, that's a mouthful, you can get all of my cutouts in 4 different sizes. The smallest size is 6 inches. That's usually good for a door hanger attachment or a Christmas ornament. You can get 8-inch size, which is a larger size attachment. That's pretty much what you would use it for, or something, you know, whatever else you can think of. And then 12-inch size, which is this size, and that's usually what I use for my porch sign attachments. You guys may remember back in the fall, I did the big welcome sign with the word welcome spelled out, and the O gets changed out for every season. So this one is going to be actually auctioned off in a silent auction. We have 2 local kiddos who they're doing a softball tournament for to raise money. They've got a very rare disease. I forget the name of it. It's so rare. But I'm putting one of the big porch signs and like 3 attachments in the silent auction for them to auction off. Kelly says she never thought of using an egg carton. Girl, if you ever start, you won't go back. You'll love it. All right, so that this isn't like really boring, you know, just a plain old ball, I'm gonna add some polka dots. And I used these yesterday or a day before whenever I did that Facebook Live, and I just love them. This is the largest size that they have. I'm gonna use the next size down. I'm not even sure what measurement this is. It looks like maybe 1 1/4 inch. They're the Martha Stewart sponge pouncers, and the foam in them is really dense, and I like that you can take it out of here and clean it really good. They hold up better than the little ones made like this with the wooden handle. See, these start to deteriorate and fall apart after a little while, but these hold out for a good long while. They're definitely worth the money. Okay, so I'm going to squirt this out on the lid of my foam egg carton so that the paint spreads out nice and evenly, and I can dip my sponge pouncer in it. Now, it's dripping off there, so I'm gonna use this little ledge and just scrape off the excess so that I barely have any left on there. Okay, so I'm just gonna do white polka dots, and it's really gonna show up really well on top of this neon. Now look, you guys always freak out about this. It's got bubbles. You know what? If you blow on them, they flatten out a little bit more, and it's gonna be fine. Because when you're looking at it up here on the porch sign, you're not gonna notice them. But if you're looking at it like this, you're really gonna notice them. Okay, so I started here, and we're gonna work our dots out in a triangular pattern to keep them spaced out evenly so that we don't have, like, I wouldn't put a dot here and then put a dot way over here and then try to fill in the middle. That just would make a mess, because then I'd end up having a weird spot with no dot. So do that one. Then we're gonna come up here and do another one. Oops, that one didn't, and you can always kind of like start again if it didn't turn out nice. I'm gonna blow my little bubbles out. Pop the bubbles. Let me get some more paint. You don't have to dip after every single one, but that one didn't do too good, so that's why I got some more paint. Okay, so now out of the last two, we're gonna create a triangle. Oh. We're gonna create a triangle with the third dot. So push down, do a slight twist, and lift up, and blow out your bubbles. Which, if you're not careful and you're kind of sloppy like me, you might end up splattering the bubbles and have to clean up your mess. I just keep like a little paper towel, and this one actually was a little bit wet. Baby wipes work great also for cleaning up messes. Okay, let's do another one. So take the last two you did, create another triangle. I'll blow those bubbles out in a second. I'm gonna let them kind of sit. So take the last two dots and do another, finish your triangle every time. We might do a half, like a quarter of a dot right there. Okay, so let me blow my bubbles out a little more gently this time. Okay, now if I show you up close, you can still see the texture of those little bubbles, right? It doesn't really matter. Seriously, y'all. I know everybody gets all worked up about it because they want it to look perfect. But y'all, if you spend all day worrying about whether or not your polka dots don't have textured centers, then you're gonna lose your mind. But from back here, and I know that light is crazy bright because of the neon paint, it's hard to see, but it looks great. Now I've got a little round tip brush, and I loaded up some black on there. And I'm just gonna do a little half circle on each side of the softball. Try to do it fairly quickly so your line doesn't get wiggly. The slower you go, the bigger chance you have of getting a wiggly line. Or if you know absolutely for sure it's gonna be wiggly, make it wiggly on purpose, then it's cute. Okay, and then we're gonna do the little stitches in red. So I just used black to do the line. And then this is called True Red by Decor. I'm using the same brush, I'm gonna rinse it out. What is the bright neon color called? It is actually by Folk Art. It is just neon yellow. You can get it at Walmart. It's a matte paint, and I painted white behind it. Okay, I'm gonna get some red on my little round tip brush, and then we're just going to put the stitches in like a V pattern on this side. And then, if you guys don't know this, you're supposed to actually make your softball stitches go the opposite direction on the other side. Also, same thing for baseball. So if this were a baseball, instead of painting it yellow, you could paint it white and do very, very light gray polka dots and do the same pattern. That would be really cute. Okay, so on this side, let's do the V pattern, go in the opposite direction. we go. There we go. We have a little softball. I think it probably looks better going this direction. Okay, and I think just one more thing. I want to add a little bit of a little design around the edge. So I'm going to dip the same brush in black and just kind of do it like a little wiggly, and then maybe like a little cute curly cue. Like, I'll show you up close in a moment. And then 2 or 3 little dots. And then bring it back around to connect. Some little dots. I just realized y'all are probably hearing my iPad dinging every time somebody sends me a message. Sorry, forgot to turn it on silent. Okay, so you can either do that cute little pattern around the edge. You don't have to. There's the little curly cues I was talking about. How big are my attachments? Misty, these are 12 inches. Oh, good. Susan said she signed up for the challenge. If you guys don't know what she's talking about, Susan, you will be receiving an email by the end of the day about it. We are going to be painting this hydrangea planter door hanger in the spring door hanger challenge. You can still comment me to sign up for it. It starts tomorrow. And we're giving you the template to this. We also gave you a jigsaw tutorial, a scroll saw tutorial, so you can choose your method of cutting. We also gave you a 20% off coupon in case you want to purchase the blank in our shop. And what else? Oh, I gave you a video showing you how to walk through the Michael's Craft Store and figure out which brushes you need to get, which paints you need to get, and all of that. So it's a no-brainer. It's so easy, and we're going to walk you right through it starting tomorrow. So. Okay, well, I'm going to let you guys go for the day. Thanks for hanging out with me while we painted the cute little softball. Terry says, what is the softball circle made of? 1/4 inch MDF. That's what all of my door hangers are made of. That's what the blanks are always of whenever I ship them. So it's a really nice, smooth, and good weight material. All right, I'll see you guys again later. Bye-bye.